Had a really great start. Let's begin with that. What was going well for you the first period? You seemed like you had a lot of speed and a lot of things going.
Yeah, I thought our pace was good. Obviously, transition game was quick. Support was great, and it was a fairly smooth period to say the least, and good signs as of we're looking for progress and improvement day to day through camp, and I thought that was real good.
Your 38 goal number one center jumps in to the aid of a teammate. As much as a heart and throat moment that might be, what kind of statement does that say about this club?
Yeah, that's I think that's impressive. You certainly, when you see a guy that scored 38 goals for you throwing punches, you're obviously concerned to just get through this without getting injured yourself. But it's obviously a testament to how these guys feel about each other, and what they believe they are capable of, potentially accomplishing on a nightly basis. Because you fight for what you love, and obviously, that's my takeaway. So I don't like seeing Tage in there, but I think it's it's a good sign, and I would suspect many guys would follow suit on that. Although there was absolutely no hesitation. Tage was right there, and there was no hesitation. So great to see players stick up for each other like that.
Don, you've seen a lot in Tage that other coaches haven't seen. You made that move to put him at center. Did you know that he had that dog in him, really, to throw hands in a preseason game?
One of my early games, and I was still an interim coach at the time in Boston, he did a very similar thing that I think it was Riley Shane that got run over pretty good, and he had no hesitation against a pretty tough guy in Boston. And so this isn't the first time Tage has stuck up for teammates. And again, you fight for what you believe in, and I think he believes in our guys and believes in what we're doing, and when that's the case, there isn't hesitation about investing and going further, and he's got a lot more than scoring goals in him. That's clearly evident on when you see instances like that.
Don Kyle didn't play in the third period. What was his situation?
Yeah, he won't be in practice tomorrow. He's gonna. It looks like battle a short. Well, look, it is going to be a shorter term injury, but he will not skate the next few days until we get see how he responds, I guess. But it won't be a long term deal.
Coach, as the preseason comes to an end, is there anything you need to focus on or improve as we get to the regular season?
Yeah, a lot, actually, a lot. But I'm going to be saying that the whole year. It's still we're still a very young hockey team. You just look at our lineup, and the growth potential is huge, and so we're just going to keep chipping away. We'll look at film today. I actually, I don't want to say I love it, but from the coaching side, the third period was really good for us from the coaching side. It would be the first period was almost too easy for us. I'm really happy that we had to fight and battle and go through a challenge in the third period where we just maybe lost our step, and I spoke to the guys after the game about that. But we know there's a lot of room for growth, and we're just going to keep focusing on growing.
In this particular case where you gave up 2 goals in 19 seconds, did you just feel the guys got sloppy on those plays, or was it a mental focus? Or what did you feel?
Well, I think it was for sure a little bit careless. Just on we had 2 guys bump into each other, Mitzi and Tucker on the one, and if you don't run into each other, there's no goal against there. So we and then the next one we made a real soft play 19 seconds later, as you mentioned. And those are things that, when you have things going easy for you, sometimes you lose a little focus on, how hard you have to be and how long the fight is, and that was the case. And so, I don't mind adversity. We need it, and to me, and I've said to you guys many times, it's to me, the best teams are the ones that handle it. It's not the ones that avoid it. So, we've got to learn how to handle, a challenge. And tonight was, an opportunity in the preseason to do that, and it's useful.
Kyle's injury
Upper, sorry.
Correct. We gave him the option to continue.
Yeah. He. That was this morning we talked. So in the interim, that was the plan then to put him in the whole game, and he was fine with it. So it was a good thing he played in the third, I guess.
So you're okay with? I know you don't want to say anything difficult, but you're okay in this situation.
Joe, it's for me. What I said to the team, you're in the NHL. Like you're gonna give up leads. You're gonna get scored on. You can't go the whole season with everything working perfect and dominate 60 minutes every night. So I'm more concerned with how we respond when something unfortunate happens. And 19 seconds later, the next unfortunate thing happened. That's my concern. Is you are going to have things that don't go in your favor and go against you, momentum swings, and I'm more interested in how fast we get back to our game, and it doesn't cost us another goal or another mistake or a sequence of mistakes, because it in pro sports that momentum shifts, and it's a sequence of mistakes, and it's a long thing, and we want to just limit that immediately, and that we can easily see on film just the body language of guys, the way they moved and backed off stuff, or, stopped being fearless and aggressive like we've spoken of so many times. So it is actually good that happened.
Speaking of scoring, how do you feel about getting multiple scoring from a multitude of players?
Yeah, it's good, especially in the preseason, because none of these guys feel themselves yet, so they're fighting to get to their game and feel good, their timing and rhythm and pace, and so it's always a boost, a good shot of adrenaline when you do score. So, to spread that out and get multiple guys score, even an empty net goal at the end feels good to just get a goal. So that's a help.
Paterka, Krebs, and Quinn, three guys that came up to Buffalo a couple times last year. What has their development been like? Obviously, Paterka with the last goal.
Yeah, that's going to be ongoing. But as you mentioned, those three, I mean, that's significant. And you look at how young some of our defensemen are, and how young Cousins is. I mean, we're a very young team, and the growth potential is enormous because those are extremely talented guys, and we are going to have to keep pushing. There was a couple that you mentioned there that I had to push on the bench to, it's time to up your game a little bit, and they'll respond. They're all great people and great kids, and they're very, very passionate about becoming better, and their intent is on that. So it makes my job a lot easier having that mindset, attitude out of those guys you mentioned. Good night, everyone.